warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Aini Safia Salsabila and you just call me Aini. My student ID number is 250110101010. Today I'm going to talking about a short story that titled The Lottery. You might think that the lottery brings good fortune, but in this story it turned out to be a death penalty. The lottery. It was a bright and calm sunny day on the 27th of June. A village with around 300 villagers will carry out a tradition that has been passed down from generation to generation. Children cheerfully gather in the village, stacking small stones into stack while joking around. Some of the men also to talk about their daily work, but instead of discussing work with their husband, the women are more interested in chatting about the usual gossip. Everyone in the village was peaceful and well, until one day they realized there was an old black box that had been used for the lottery for many years. Sadly, the box was old and damaged, but the villagers didn't want to replace it because of the tradition they followed. This time, Mr. Summers, who also often organized village events, was in charge of the tradition. He was assisted by Mr. Graves, the postman. They were preparing the lottery ticket for each family for the tradition. Unfortunately, in the past, the lottery only used pieces of wood and a long tradition. But at this time, everything was simpler than before. After that, each head of the family was called one by one to take a lottery ticket from the box. If there was no head of the family, a son who was old enough could also replace it. At that time, everyone waited until all the heads of the families had received their lottery ticket. When everyone had their own lottery ticket, all the heads of families opened them together. And it turned out that the Hutchinson family had won the lottery. Tessie Hutchinson, the wife of Bill Hutchinson, complained that her husband hadn't been given enough time to choose his ticket. Suddenly, Tessie's complaints were ignored. They had to redraw the lottery among the members of the Hutchinson family, which consisted of Bill, Tessie, and their 3 children. As everyone opened their paper, it turned out that Daisy had coated the paper with the black dot on it. Suddenly, the atmosphere became tense because of it. Daisy wants the lottery. However, the children remained calm, holding stones in their small hands. Soon, all the villagers began throwing stones at Daisy, from small ones to large ones. They continued doing this until Daisy was dead. Finally, the story ended, but there was no clear explanation as why this tradition existed. Some village has stopped this tradition, but in this village still continued to keep it alive. Okay guys, lottery tells of a unique and unexpected lottery tradition that takes place every the 27th of June during the summer. At first, the setting in the village feels relaxed and normal, with children collecting stones and parents chatting casually. Each head of the family is required to take a lottery ticket from an old black box. After that, the Hutchinson family won. And then another lottery was held among their family members. It turned out that Tessie Hutchinson got the black mark. Immediately, all the villagers, both children and adults, stoned Tessie to death. This story ends with an unclear explanation, so it can be concluded that the village continues the lottery tradition. This short story uses a third-person point of view, where the author knows the details of the character's action and conversation like an observer, but doesn't know their feelings. The story takes place on the 27th of June during a sunny summer in a village with 300 villagers. In addition, the ritual takes place in a field between the post office and the bank. The atmosphere also changed as the story progressed. At the beginning of the story, the atmosphere is calm and peaceful, but in the middle to the end of the story, the atmospheres become tense and tragic due to Tessie's death. The characters who play roles include Tessie, Bill, Mr. Summers, Mr. Graves, Old Man Warner, and other villagers. The main character in this short story is Tessie Hutchinson, who is also a round character because she is more lively, complex, and emotional in her action compared to other flat characters. This character is also more of a personal character because she is human enough to defend herself when she is wronged and the villagers are not on her side at the moment. That's it for me. I apologize if I have any words or action that are not comfortable. Thank you for watching, guys, and that's all for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.